Hey guys! I know it's been forever. I moved from Texas to Florida, so there's been a ton of changes lately, and I'm finally set up I actually have my own guest room, kind of like office studio area. I started a job, I started my own photography business, so I've been super busy, but I really still want to make makeup videos. Particularly today, I'm actually doing a video for my friend Lisa, whose sister is getting married this weekend. Congratulations to Emily and Shane. Lisa actually asked me recently for some recommendations for some of my favorite makeup, so I gave them to her and she actually went out and got them. Ignore the dogs. Hey! So I'm gonna try to use some of the products that she got. This is kind of like geared toward her. It's really just a basics video for like a formal event, but like if you're not really used to wearing a bunch of makeup, but you just want to look put together, you want to look nice, you want to look pretty, and you want it to be able to stay throughout the day. So the primer that I had recommended to Lisa was actually the Too Faced Hungover primer, which is great, and I don't have any right now, so that's one of the products I'm not going to use, but I will use this one, which is the Benefit Professional. So primer I always do first. Primer is just going to help hydrate your skin, and it's going to help keep your makeup on all day. So with this, you can put it on a brush first, you can put it on your hand first. I like to just kind of squeeze it all on my face. You can use as much as you want to because this is a product that's just going to go all over your face. So you can use a brush, or you can use a beauty blender, or you can just go old school and use your hands, make sure they're clean. And you just want to work it into your skin, all over, on your eyelids too. And just make sure to like work it in all over your face, under your chin, because that's going to give you like a nice solid base. For me, I like to do eyeshadow before I do anything else. I just feel like it's a little bit easier for cleanup because eyeshadow, unless you're perfect, is going to have fallout. So kind of like an easier way to like not mess up your face makeup if you've already done it is just to do your eyeshadow before you do anything else. So that's what I like to do. I like to use my Tarte Shape Tape and just kind of like put it on my eyelids first as an eyeshadow base. You can totally get eyeshadow primers, but I have experienced that concealer works a little bit better. I've heard that it's a little bit more hydrating as opposed to eyeshadow primers. I don't really notice like a hydrating difference, but I feel like it works pretty well. So I am going to use my Morphe eyeshadow palette. This one is the Bronzed Mocha 25B, and these are Bronzed Mocha. So these are just like natural colors, and it's really pretty and it's super affordable. I think this was like less than $20, like $2. Oh my god. I'm also still sick and I sound crazy and I'm like hiccuping and whatever, so sorry. I like to go in with the lightest color that pretty much just like looks like a white or a cream. And I like to put that all over my eyelid in like sweeping light, like I'm not putting much pressure onto the brush. I just like want to kind of get that all over because that's going to help with blending, and make sure that you have a really light hand. And you're just kind of going all the way from your lash line to kind of like right under your brow bone. You don't have to go like all the way under your brow bone, but just those light sweeping motions with that cream shade. After that, you can go in with whatever you feel comfortable. I say don't go in super dark yet. Like I'm probably gonna go in with like a color like this, where it's like darker than my skin tone, and you can tap off the excess so you don't get like crazy super dark all over your eyes. And then I sort of do the same motion that I did initially, which is like really light pressure and sweeping, and I start on my outer corner and I just like work it along my crease. I try to stay as close to like my lid, so like I'm working the color into my crease but like sort of more on the lid side, because I feel like if I work it to like the upper crease side, it gets like all the way up there. Blending is probably the biggest thing here. You just want to keep going back and forth until it's at your desired, I don't even know. Until it looks the way you want it to look, just like keep on blending it. I feel like an issue with people who are new to makeup or don't normally wear makeup is that like it feels like it's so much makeup on your face and it's like really dark and you're like, I have to wipe it off. But kind of trust the process and keep blending and give yourself time, especially if you're like doing this before a wedding. Give yourself time to sit down and do your makeup and trust the process, and it's all gonna be okay. As long as you're kind of just like blending and you're trusting yourself, trusting the process, it's gonna be fine, don't worry. So I'm gonna put a little bit more of that same shade on my brush, and I'm gonna do exactly the same thing I did before, just because I want it to be a little bit more defined. And now that I feel like it's a little more defined, I'm gonna go in with a slightly darker shade. I'm still gonna use this fluffy brush. You can use a brush that's a little bit more dense. Actually, yeah, I'll use a brush that's a little more dense. This brush is a little bit more dense. I'm gonna go in with this really pretty kind of like maroon color, because I love the maroon colors. So I'm gonna take that, tap off the excess, it's on my brush. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing that I did before, which is light motions right on the crease. And so this gives your eyeshadow a little more depth. And then what I like to do is I like to do on my eyelid a little bit of like a shimmer. So from this palette I would take kind of any of these colors, any of these lighter colors, like maybe this one or this one, that are shimmery, and I pretty much usually just put it on my finger, and you can just sort of like tap it or rub it, and then close your eye and just apply it to your eye. On your eyelid, I go all the way to the inner corner. And I just really like the way that that looks. It sort of brightens your eye back up. If you feel like it got too high, you can always just like take a little bit more of like that darker shade. Just go over again on your crease and blend it in. Like that. Lastly, what I like to do with my eyeshadow is go back to, it can be the same color that you used for your eyeshadow base, just like a nice light cream color, and just go right under your brow bone and just blend, blend, blend. And that is really gonna help if it was like a little choppy. Just blend it. And now you have like a nice, pretty gradient effect. Try to stay like right up close to your brow bone and sort of do this like upside down U motion. Again, super light hand until you feel like it looks more blended.
Now I'm back at square one and there's no turning back to what we were and all we had. Ain't nothing I can do about that. I know I let you down. I'm back at square one.
After you've completed your eyeshadow to your liking, I am just gonna take a liquid eyeliner, and I always do a little bit of a wing. It's definitely not what everybody always does. So for liquid eyeliner, it's tricky because I feel like you have to find out what works for you as far as application. I've sort of like found the motions that work for me and like the angles, but pretty much I would say when it comes to liquid eyeliner, try to stay as close to your lash line as you possibly can. And so this is an application without a wing, which totally is fine. I just like the way that it looks, and so I'm just gonna do a little bit of a wing. If you do like to do a wing, then like this can sort of be like a bit of a tutorial for you. I feel like Lisa doesn't really like to do wings, so that's kind of why I don't want to do it. But if you do want to do a wing, so you're not supposed to like pull your skin, because that's not good for your skin. However, I kind of do that a little bit, but I don't try to like all the way, like just like a little, make it a little taut, and sort of go with the way that your bottom like lash line is going, and like follow that sort of line like that. And then that's just like a super small wing. Easy. For some reason, and it's kind of weird, when I'm just doing mascara, I like to save it until the end. I don't know why, I just do. So I'm gonna save mascara until the end. I know that Lisa is not really a false eyelashes girl, so I'm not gonna do false eyelashes. I will just do a mascara application today. The foundation, this shit is gold. This stuff and the pink tube, which is like the illuminating one, I think they are my all-time favorite foundation. I just feel like they have so much coverage, and they have this like really nice satiny finish, and they're supposed to have anti-aging hydrating serum in them as well. So, IT Cosmetics, expensive, but I love this product. I remember watching a video where Jeffree Star reviewed it and hated it, but I love this foundation. So I'm gonna do foundation similar to the way that I did my primer. It's gonna go all over my face. This product, a little goes a long way, so you don't have to use a ton like I just did. You could probably use a little bit less than I just did. And then I will use a brush to blend this in. This is a Morphe brush. It was $14, Morphe M439. And I like to use a motion that goes outwards. So instead of pulling inward like that, pull outward like that. And just like go to the outsides of your face. And I know at first you're gonna be like, what the F is happening? This is not your skin tone. Like I've said before, trust the process, it'll work out. Make sure to get your ears, make sure to get underneath your chin. That's just gonna help make it look natural, like it's your actual skin tone. After I do foundation, I immediately do concealer. So I take my, I keep wanting to say Sharp Shape Tape, and that's absolutely not what it is. So I take my Shape Tape, I put it in a few locations. Right now I have a few little pimples right here, so I'm gonna tap it onto those. I like to do it underneath my eyes, a little on my chin, like between my eyebrows, forehead. Mainly, those are the spots where I like to have it. And when you're blending in your concealer into your skin, I kind of do this sort of like tapping motion, because I feel like if you just like rub it, a lot of your product is gonna go onto your brush, which is a waste of product. And when Shape Tape is like almost $30 a tube, it will last you a long time though. But when Shape Tape is almost $30 a tube, you wanna make it last. And it's totally okay to just like sort of pull down on your neck a little bit. Not like pull down, sorry. But just like work the product into your neck to make it look nice and natural. And as you can already see, like the skin tone is like starting to level out. I have found, and I used to think this was like, what, crazy, but I found that with foundation, it is gonna kind of change the shade of your face a little bit, but that's your base. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in with your concealer and your powder and your bronzer and your contour, and you're gonna kind of like create create what your face naturally looks like. I know that sounds kind of like an oxymoron, but you like put that stuff back onto your face. So it's gonna look like a blank slate, but then you're gonna kind of like work back in the stuff that should be there. So again, trust the process, don't panic. I will be using this Kat Von D palette, which I absolutely love. I know Kat Von D is getting all kinds of shit right now, but I love this palette. So for contour, sorry, I'm kind of rushing. But for contour, you go underneath your cheekbone. And like I said with eyeshadow, just blend, 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 blend. If it seems like too much, just light blending. Blend, blend, blend. And I know it seems sort of weird that you're sort of going under your cheekbone, but the idea of contouring is to create a shadow which will go under your cheekbone. And then when you do bronzer, you can go right there on your cheekbone. So I apply my contour and my bronzer pretty much the same way. Cheekbone, temples, and then right up on the hairline on the forehead. I'm nannying today, I'm working and I'm nannying, and like I never wear makeup. Family's gonna be like, who are you? Who are you? What? Next, I'm gonna take our bronzer. Oh, I also kind of do this instead of like rubbing it in, like a tapping sort of thing for bronzer. And then this, you're basically gonna do the same thing, except you can go a little higher on your cheekbone, so you can go directly pretty much on your cheekbone and just blend it. I know that this product, which I did recommend to my friend, it's actually really pigmented. It's like $8 or $9 from NYX, but there's a lot of product that comes out, and so it seems a little crazy at first, but like I said, just blend it out and everything will be fine. And you can put like bronze it down to your neck. I'm rushing a little bit, I'm sorry, but I think we can make this work. Blush, not everyone has to use it. I love it because I think it looks adorable. This, you can kind of do a little smile and just blend it onto the apples of your cheeks. Next, setting powder. This is translucent, so it's just like a white powder. Again, tap, tap, tap. This will go, I like to put it in sort of a chin strap area because that's like the area that is gonna be highlighted as opposed to contoured. Basically in the areas that you've already highlighted. Under your eyes. On your nose, bridge your nose. I look weird without my eyebrows. All right, I have like, I gotta go. And then highlighter is gorgeous when used correctly. This is one of my favorites. It's the Amrezy Anastasia. You can just go ahead and do one of those. Maybe tap off a little of the excess, and this goes right at the top of your cheekbone. Light and kind of like circular motions. And this gives your skin a really pretty glow. It's gonna look great in pictures. You just look bright and glowy. So you can also do it a little on your chin, a little on the tip of your nose, maybe kind of go up the bridge of your nose, and on your lips a little bit, your cupid's bow. Voila. Okay, so those are the main things that I wanted to cover, honestly, and because I have to leave for work and I'm on a time crunch, I think I might leave it at that. Obviously, mascara you have to do, that's a big one. Lips, if you want to do something for those. I really just wanted to do kind of like a quick basics video and not have to make it really basic, but I just wanted to like cover kind of like how to do your complexion, because I feel like when you're a beginner in makeup, that can be really tricky because you're like, how much do I put on? Why does this look crazy? But if you just trust the process, which is huge, that will help you. And if you keep blending and you just kind of like,
What's up, everyone? This is Fairlane. I am hanging out here.
I don't know, trust your gut, trust the process, and blend. I think those are my biggest tips. If you feel like, even right now, I'm sort of noticing that there's like a little bit of a color difference. Normally with more time, I might take a little bit of bronzer, I might take a little bit of like blush, and just like work it in. And so like, that's gonna make your skin tone look natural. Actually real quick, I'll do a mascara recommendation. This is the sample size. I do have a full size for my BoxyCharm, but it's the Superhero Mascara by IT Cosmetics, and I love this mascara. I think it does a really, really good job. And you can do as many coats as you want to. If you do want to have some volume on your lashes, like for a wedding, for example, you can take like a spoolie like this, and after a couple applications, or one application after each application of mascara, you just like work through the spoolie, and that'll kind of like help get rid of any clumpies that you might have. And then you can just kind of like keep, this is a good one that doesn't get like crazy thick and clumpy. Like, it's really pretty when you do a lot of applications. And then for me, I obviously have to do my eyebrows. Not everybody has to do their eyebrows. I don't think Lisa's gonna be doing her eyebrows, so I feel comfortable leaving it at that. And then that's pretty much it. So sorry to kind of cut it short, but if you had any questions, please let me know. I'll post this whole video as a tutorial, and I'll also post like a quick little 1-minute clip on my Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. I'm hoping to make more videos soon. I'm getting nicer lenses because I'm working on my photography business, so hopefully the quality of my videos will improve a little bit. Thank you for watching. Congratulations again to Emily and Shane on your wedding this weekend. I hope it's wonderful. I'm sure it will be, and I will see you guys next time.